Okay, guys, sorry that I had to miss on Thursday. I was under the weather, but I was just going to go over one of the simple returns with you guys that we were going to do in class. I'm going to kind of go over that with you, and then I'm going to show you the other one that would have been the harder one we would have gone over. So if you want to go ahead and attempt that one or come up with some numbers on a scratch sheet to bring those back in next Tuesday, you can. If you have access to the IRS, anywhere that you can print anything from that, it's irs.gov, and you can Google any of the forms, even in Google. If you just Google the name of the form you need, it should pop up a PDF version. You're going to want to use 2018 forms. I was just going to show you this. You should have this in your email. It's a nice little chart that was created by another franchisee, and it shows all the credits that we will go over last week and then the next few weeks. So it's 2 pages. I did get that to your email this evening. I forwarded that, and it'd be a great little tool to have. We could do some front and back and get those laminated or something. They'd even be great for the office just as a reference. It shows you the line it's on. It shows you the credit amounts. Shows you residency, it shows you the age limits, if it's refundable or non-refundable. So a really good cheat sheet per se to use when you're testing. Don't feel like you have to just learn this from the video. I did email that out for your reference, and I'll try to PDF it to everyone's text message as well, but it's probably going to be easier for you guys to look that up on your emails. But there's that. I'm going to go ahead and go over the details on this chapter. They put it kind of funny. I think it's chapter 6 or chapter 7 practice. It's labeled chapter 7. But I'm going to hold this over so in case you're writing down, you can see this. It says prepare a tax return using the information provided. We have Peter and Tammy Piper. Peter's social 021072856, born 6668. Tammy 468072855, born 61071. They'll file a joint return. They have 3 children. Ona 374072634, born 41503. Tony 37907. 3987, born 51305. Teresa 367078976, born 6308. This is their only W-2s, guys. So we've got one W-2 here, and I'm going to leave this here in case you want to write it down from what I'm videoing. I'll try to do it slow for you. Okay, you will just need the income information on the federal, so I'm going to zoom into that for you. The only ones you'll really be looking at per se is box 1 and box 2 for this practice. So you just want to jot those down, and that was Peter's income. And then for Tammy, okay, we've got hers is a 1099G, his was a W-2, and her amount was $14,500 there. There's no taxes or anything taken out on hers. Okay, and I'm going to walk you through what that return would look like. Okay, so we've got the front of the 1040. We have married filing jointly. You see Peter's first and last name, Tammy's. Okay, we've got a check mark for full year coverage. It's always assumed on practice problems they have full year health care coverage unless otherwise noted. Especially now, that's going to kind of change this year. In the dependent set, we said their address, all that good stuff. Guys, our system will auto-fill out signature for you and the firm's address and name and everything and PTIN. So for practice problems, you don't have to fill any of that out, okay? We're just looking for the basic information to be entered where it's supposed to. I'm just going to let you study this for a minute. Okay. Also, I had some questions about the boxes below that say someone claimed you as a dependent, standard deduction, if you're blind, if someone's itemizing. You're going to have yes and no questions for all of that in the software. And so you don't have to worry too much about that on the practice problem unless it pertains to the practice problem and they mention it. Okay? So that's what the first page of that homework looks like there. Okay, remember last year it looked like a postcard, so that's what's kind of in that nature. I'm going to give you a full view here in a minute. So this is actually what it looks like when you do the main 1040 section, okay? You're going to have total wages, $43,240, okay? And something you may or may not have printed out for you, the unemployment is on another one of those forms from Schedule 1. Remember, that's the one that shows other types of income. So if you'll notice, her income, I believe, was unemployment. So that rolled from Schedule 1, line 6, right there. See, $13,500. His is line 1 because his was a regular W-2. And then those got added together, okay, for $56,740. Okay, and then you just bring those down because there's nothing else to adjust or add. Okay, they're going to get a standard exemption for married, which we've not discussed, but if you look over to the left, you always have your cheat sheet of what they get if they do a standard deduction. We will discuss that in future classes. $12,000, $24,000. Sorry, I'm a little shaky, guys. Still a little under the weather, so trying to get this recorded before ball practice. I told my daughter I'd sit and watch just a little bit. Got to go pick up the kiddo. Okay, come back over. So they took the standard deduction, and then we subtract, and we get $32,740 on line 10. Okay, and then what do we notice? Child tax credit. Okay, $3,546. Now, why would they only get $3,546? Well, looky here. Their tax that would have been calculated by the software or by a tax book to show for that $35,000 some odd dollars, or $32,740 would have been $3,546. Well, then you could only get non-refundable credits up to that amount. So that's why they're getting the $3,546 child tax credits. It's $2,000 per child, but you don't get the rest. Okay? Okay? Showing us right there. Now, they are going to get a portion of a refundable. Okay? This is a refundable portion generated by a formula. Okay? That's going to be a refundable portion. Okay? So your total payments. Oh, also, whoops, don't forget about that. $31.52 from someone's W-2, right? On line 16. Sorry, guys, this is set up a little differently than it used to be, and I'm reading through the camera, so this was the easiest way to do it without firing up the computer and setting everything up. So you've got your $31.52 off of his W-2. You've got your child tax credit, and you have your refundable portion, okay? You look at that for just a second. And I think what they forgot to do, let's see if it's down here, is that they didn't zero it out. This was actually supposed to then zero out somewhere in here to show they didn't owe anything because you're zeroing. Line 13 should have been 0, but they didn't put it on the software. That's just to show that they're at 0 for the year. They didn't owe anything. They didn't get anything back. And then you jump to your refundable credits here and here. Okay? Because they're still showing this, but there should be a 0 on line 13. They just left it off. So then you have your refundable part, Schedule 8812 of your child tax credit, which we may or may not got to in this class. You have that brought you to 0 for the year. Okay? That's what their tax was and what they were giving them their child tax credit. Refundable portion of child tax credit, and then W-2 paid in off the W-2. Was $56.06. So the amount you overpaid, line 19, was $56.06. So that is a simple, pretty simple anyway return. One W-2. Let me line that up so you can kind of see it in linear fashion there, how that would look. So that is the return of a married filing jointly return with 3 dependents. Okay? We got one W-2, one unemployment, child tax credit, and then a partial refundable part of the child tax credit. Like I said, guys, we'll kind of discuss these a little further in depth. You will not have to calculate the refundable portion of a child tax credit, as far as I know, in reality, either on your exam or in real life. So, like I said, they put that right there for you. This, however, on child tax credit, you know from the lessons, if we haven't talked about it yet, that's $2,000 per child. There's 3, so that would be $6,000. So if they owed $6,000 here for the year, they would have had a whole $6,000 to use. That's why sometimes you come down and have a little bit more non-refundable that you get to use. Those were all upped last year with the tax cuts, and so that's why if you have children, you get a little more of a boost than you used to in the past. So this return, they would have gotten $56.06 back from federal. Guys, if you look over this and have any questions, let me know. I'm going to post this evening for you guys to review, and then I will message out some practice pages, some more items you can practice. If you have access to print out a 1040, like I said, that's irs.gov. For the other return, I will list those in the text message, what forms you would need. But I believe for the other return, you would need a 1040, 1099B, a Schedule D. It's a little more complicated, a Schedule 1. So there's a little more to it, but I'll send it to you just for grins and giggles. We'll go over that more difficult one next week. And if you have any specific questions over this simple one, you can jot those down, and we'll talk about them on Tuesday, guys. We'll do Tuesday at 5:50 for the Fayetteville class. Asylum will be at 3 on Monday. Thanks.